Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Zolder for the first qualifying session of the Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. And well, maybe this is your first session, but if you have been following this morning's action, the Touring Wagon Legends and the DTM qualifying sessions have been absolutely exceptional. And well, I'm expecting to see the very same here for the Carrera Cup drivers. Wow, it's going to be phenomenal. The track is indeed very wet this morning. It's drying up now. There's still a little bit of moisture on the circuit through Sector 2 and Sector 3. And well, again, the times are going to get faster and faster and faster as the session goes on. And well, it should be super, super interesting indeed. As we see there, the wind turbine in the background. This is their second lap here. Again, all trying to get warmth into the tyres. The nature of the car means that it takes a couple of laps, a couple of 2-3 laps. There's Van Eindhoven, who we've indeed seen over the last couple of seasons. In the pit still in the number 10. Again, you can see they're testing for track temperature right now, just trying to figure out exactly when the best time to go out is. And ultimately, it looks like they're making a decision to go out now. And then there's the number 9 car there, Xavier Massen. Let's just have a little look through the championship order, should I say? Well, not look through the championship order. We've got 35 minutes of qualifying. It's very unique, this qualifying for the Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. Basically, there's 2 races this weekend, and there's 1 qualifying session. Their fastest lap denotes where they qualify for race number 1. And then their second fastest lap, so you need to put 2 flying laps in effectively, is then where you qualify for race number 2. So, yeah, really, really interesting indeed. Oh, wow, definitely stepping over the grip levels there. Wow, that was incredible there from Jan Larison. Very, very interesting indeed. That could have been so easily off the circuit. But anyway, championship standings as it stands then. Overall championship then, it is indeed Dylan Durdale in P1, Huub van Eindhoven in P2. Difference between them only 4 points. Then a further 3 points back is Glenn van Parijs. We've then got Sebastian Vreemuth, who's on 69. We've got Stephen van Rie on 61. 60 then for Felix Nieuwhofer. We've then got Jan Larison, who we just saw there, really overstepping the mark in P7 as it stands. Nicholas Salens is in 8th position. Thierry Vermeulen is in 9th position. And then we've got Floris Dullart in the top 10. So that's the overall standings. If we then head to the Pro-Am Championships, there's 3 different classes effectively within one championship. So overall, they score points based on where they finish in a race. But then if you are top of your class, you have a separate championship. So first of all, there's Pro-Am. We've got Nicholas Salens, who's leading that one. Floris Dullart, who is in 2nd position. We've got Ziad Gerrit in 3rd. We've then got Philip Toonkens in 4th position. Nicholas van Dierendonk in 5th. We've then got Andre Mukavos in 6th position. And Michael Kool in 7th spot. We head then to the AM Championship, and then we've got Jan Larison, who is leading that one out there. 128 points, by the way, nearly, 44 points clear, 54 points clear of Ad Geerts. We've then got Jeroen Krieft in 3rd position, and then we've got Luc van der Viesten. So, yeah, there's 3 different championships. We've got an overall championship where everybody's involved. Then we've indeed got the Pro-Am Championship, and then we've got the AM Championship. So, of course, we'll be trying to keep an eye on the overall, but I will try and also keep you in the loop as to exactly what is going down in terms of all the championships across this weekend. Of course, we've got 1 qualifying session right now with 28 minutes to go, and then we've got 2 races, 1 this afternoon and then 1 tomorrow as well. In terms of the actual schedule, this afternoon's race is going to be at 10 past 2 in the afternoon CEST. If you're in the UK, like I am, then it is 10 minutes past 1. Sorry, that was a Friday session, should I say. So it's 3:15 local time. So it'll be 2:15 for me, which is Saturday. And then tomorrow, it's early in the morning, the race number 2. It's actually going to be at 10:45 local time. And indeed, for the UK, it is going to be at 9:45. So hopefully that helps you out if you're looking to watch some Porsche Carrera Cup action. Here we go then, we're on board with the number 31 then. That is indeed Sebastian Vreemuth. We've probably got one of the nicest liveries on the grid here. Look at this, very poignant. Again, very, very bright with the luminous yellow and of course the blue. Very nice livery indeed, actually. And there's a big spin. Ooh, no tag of the wall though. Looks like, well, I've got away with any potential damage there. Didn't see the start of it. But that is indeed coming towards the final chicane here against the flat out part of the circuit. So there's green flags waving, so they're all good to go. Just waiting for there to be a space on track to get the car going once again. That is indeed Ghislaine Cordial. And there's another one. Off we go. synchronized spinning here. So that's the number 4. So that's Flores Dullart. Again, they should both be able to get going here. Again, just getting on the power a little bit too early there. Track very greasy, of course. All of the rubber that's been laid down over the weekend has been washed away now by the rain. We are now basically trying to start the evolution of this circuit for the weekend for the first time. As you can see there, the 72, very much getting very close there. That was a bit too close for comfort there. Stephen Van Riet coming through there. And there's a third one. And well, everybody's spinning now. So Philip Toonken's just spinning the car around there as well. That's one way of parking the car. Steering lock on these cars, they're not supposed to turn at very slow speeds. As we've got a red flag then. Red flag is officially out. That car is stuck. So Ghislaine Cordeal must have hit something on the underneath of the car, because that is unfortunately a red flag. So every car will come into the pits as soon as they possibly can. And we're going to watch it here then. So runs wide, misses the apex, tries to correct it, I guess, runs out too far onto the curb. Still a lot of moisture out there on that curb, isn't there? Not only you taking curb, took some grass, spun it all the way around. Doesn't look like there's any particular damage to the car. No, it doesn't look like there's any particular damage to the car there. But potentially, oh yeah, look at that. Look how much moisture's out on that curb. Again, you just don't want to be running on these curbs. They're so shiny at the best of times, let alone when they've got loads of rain on them. That's why they're not dry, because no one's running over them. No one's getting rid of the water. So it's just loads of puddles there. And there goes another one. All the way around. But difference being, the number 4 was able to get going once again. And now we're going to see the hat trick, the number 55. Philip Toonken's. They say third time's a charm. It wasn't that time. Red flag still out here then. So we're just going to get Ghislaine Cordeal up and running. Actually, going to need to be towed away. So the race rescue truck is indeed going to pull the car away. Everyone then will come into the pits, and effectively the session will begin. It's a 35-minute session, so plenty of time. Again, they do need to indeed get 2 laps in. You can see here that I think they're going to try and get rid of some of that water, like kick it up, but it's not really too much you can do. It's not enough really to be kicked away or brushed away. It's just enough, though, to put the car in a precarious position. And that's the difference between what will be pole position today, ladies and gentlemen, and down outside the top 10. Very tricky conditions here today. This is an opportunity for maybe some of the Pro-Ams or AMs to get right up near the front today and take the fight to the pro drivers. So as we look then on board with the number 54, Jan Larison, the AM leader, the AM championship leader, currently set alight the timesheets right up the front. Looking like it could be a potential good weekend. As you can see, all of the cars are in the pits pretty much now at this stage. A few of them up on the jacks. Maybe getting a fresh set of rubber set there. I think the number 31 for sure is. Sebastian Freimuth is getting a fresh set of rubber. And again, maybe you haven't seen the DTM qualifying, or you haven't indeed seen the Touring Wagon Legends qualifying this morning, and you're only interested in the Carrera Cup, but I can tell you that those 2 sessions have been unbelievable. From start to finish, the times just kept getting faster and faster and faster. And well, we're expecting to see the very same for today in the Carrera Cup as well. And then this afternoon, we're expecting some more rain. So expect anything this weekend. All weekend it's supposed to be rain, sun, rain, sun. We are in Belgium, of course. Belgium not letting us down once again. Looks like the red flag has disappeared now. They will get a little bit of a pre-warning before they are able to go out to continue the session. A few fans here have found a pretty cool vantage point there. There's Huub van Eindhoven, loves the green. And again, we'll just have a look at the standings here. So Huub van Eindhoven is currently second in the championship. We've then got Dylan Durdale, who is leading the championship. There's only 5 points between them. There's only 5 points between the two drivers. As you can hear in the background then, the Porsches all lighting up their engines. We're about ready to go here. And well, as it stands, I believe that Larison, who is currently 7th in the overall championship, but the leader of the AMs, is the driver to beat. We just caught a glimpse there of Thierry Vermeulen. And everybody's coming out now. They're all going to panic. So anyone that didn't get out early in that session would have been caught out by that red flag, and now effectively their session begins. So there's a lot less pressure on drivers who've got their banker time in early in the session. They've got something to fall back on, and now they've just got to get their second lap in. So again, just to clarify, if you are watching for the very first time, qualifying is a little bit different to last season. So last season they had 2 sessions in one where they had a 5-minute break in between. This season it's just a flat-out 35-minute session, and your top 2 times count. Your fastest time is for race 1. Your second fastest time will be your qualifying position for race number 2. So as we just have a very quick look here on board with the number 11, and that's Ad Geertz. Currently P16 in the championship. And well, look at this. It is a hustle and a bustle down in towards then that chicane. Everybody trying to get ahead of as many cars as possible, get some clear track for themselves. Got some hazard lights there being put on by one of them. As we're looking on board then with Ziad Geris there, the number 3 car. Look how close they all are. Hopefully we don't have any more spinners. Well, that's the line. It's one way of going through. Don't think there's going to be too much rubbish put onto the circuit from there. Of course, the gravel and the mud's all going to be a bit more compacted due to the rain we had overnight. So it's going to be a little bit more solid. But yeah, the cars don't really travel over that part of the circuit, so they should be okay. Now we're going to start to see some flying laps. It's going to, again, take a couple of laps to get the tyres into a decent temperature range. And then we're good to go. As you can see in the sort of sector, the end of sector 2, it's still really a lot of moisture on the circuit. Is the number 99. Oh, there's a big lock up there, by the way. Number 99 then, using hazard lights here, Dylan Durdale. No idea why. As we're on board then with the number 54, Jan Larison. Currently the leader of the AM Championship, 7th in the overall championship. But most important thing really today as older is that he's got the fastest time in the timesheets. There's a lot of smoke being kicked up there. Someone in front has just had a moment into the first chicane, and of course getting those brakes up to temperature is absolutely vital. Glenn Van Parijs then, pro driver in the number 15, utilising that curb, but again you can see getting just a little bit too much power down and the car gets a bit squirrely. Don't want to be having that, you lose a lot of lap time of course. And now we're going to start to see the first cars come across the line here. Again, not expecting to see incredible lap times. It's going to take them a couple of laps to get their tyres warm. Normally takes sort of 3 laps to get their tyres in a decent range. But you can see how quickly the clouds are moving over. So the conditions this weekend are going to change so fast. And yeah, it's all about reaction time. Look at, you can see the shadows on the circuit here. How quickly the clouds are going by. But yeah, this weekend is going to be all about adaptability for sure. Would you expect anything less at Belgium? Of course, last weekend we had the Spa 24-hour race, and that was just full of changeable conditions. It's Durdale then, and the number 99 is, well, he's purple, sector 1. He's green, sector 2. It's going to be a good time here. It's a 31.922, but it's good enough for P2 as it stands. So Durdale, the number 99, does put himself up into a front row. Again, hazard lights on. I don't know whether they're just stuck on at this point. I think they might just be stuck on. Doesn't look like he's pulling over to the side anytime soon. So it's almost like to put off the drivers behind yet. You might want to just be a little bit slower if you like. It means they can't get a quick lap time in. But I'm sure he'll be told sooner rather than later that he needs to turn that off. Sector 1 though, not as quick as he's done previously. Remember, they do need to get 2 lap times in for across the weekend. Their fastest lap will be where they qualify for race number 1, which is this afternoon. And then their second lap time will indeed be their qualifying for race number 2 tomorrow. The number 15 then, Van Parijs, crossing the line. We will get some timing towers up on your screens soon enough, guys. Then we'll be knowing exactly how well people are doing. As we're checking out then Freymuth, who's actually done the purple sector in the middle sector. So if you're watching for the first time, if the sector is blue or grey, that means that they're slower than they've been previously. If it's green, that's their personal best. And if it's purple, that's the best out of everybody in the session. And Freymuth has gone the best out of everybody in the session. That is indeed P1 provisionally here for Sebastian Freymuth in race number 1. He's now going to be held up here by the number 11, unfortunately. So Luc van der Feesten, one of the AM drivers, is going to hold him up here for sure. So Freymuth then in number 31. I think the most impressive performance, though, is Larison still in P2. On home soil as well, so a huge weekend potentially for the AM driver. Then it's got number 99, so Dylan Deerdale, who's currently in P3. Again, championship leader overall as well, Deerdale. And then we've got Thierry Vermeulen. Another season with Vermeulen in a championship. Good to see him, the Dutchie. Currently in P4, and then we've got the number 9, Xavier Massen, in P5 as it stands. Paris then is in P6. In P7 then we have Steven van Rie. Eindhoven then is in P8, and well, Thierry Vermeulen has just moved up into P3. And while Van Eindhoven has moved up into P2, and again, we're going to see these times tumble here, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be until the end of the session. The track's going to get faster and faster and faster. The track's pretty much dry for the entirety. I'm going to say now it's about 90% dry, but still, it will get to around about 95%, maybe 100%. And you can see, wow, off the circuit there, the number 72. That is Steven van Rie, using every inch of the circuit and more. That is not the fastest line, that's for sure. Saw a lot of this at the Lausitz Ring a couple of weeks ago with a few different classes, and now we're seeing it here as well. That's pressure. Got to put those lap times in as soon as you possibly can. So Huub van Eindhoven has just put himself up onto the front row of the grid. That's what we just saw. Displacing Jan Larison then. So Larison now down into P3. Huub not going faster through sector number 1. So we come through probably the toughest part of the circuit here in the middle sector. So they make the long jaunt then down in towards the second to last chicane, which is flat out. Through the right-hander, we've seen people have a lot of trouble through here. We saw 3 cars spin out there. Again, through that flat out chicane. Now we've got 2 corners to go, and it's a very good middle sector here. So is this potentially going to put Freymuth under a bit of pressure here for a pole position? So around the final corner we will come. And with 17 minutes, 50 seconds to go, is Huub van Eindhoven going to take provisional pole. Across the line, it's still P2. A little bit of an improvement, but still only P2. And wow, this might be where he's lost the time here. Yeah, onto 2 wheels, which means he has to cut short then the second part. I don't think he would have lost too much time there, actually. Still looked pretty tidy. So Thierry Vermeulen has gone and taken provisional pole, spoiling the Belgians' day then. As Dylan Deerdale is the closest from the Belgian contingent at the front end. He's 3rd position. Freymuth then, who was momentarily on pole, now 4th. Again, times changing very, very quickly. 31.3 is the time to beat as it stands. Only 1.5 tenths then between Van Eindhoven and indeed Vermeulen. And then again, the number 99 of Dylan Deerdale. Freymuth currently in 4th. Larison in 5th position. Then we've got Xavier Massen in 6th position. Paris in 7th. And then in 8th position, we've got Nicholas Salens as well. Van Rie in 9th. And then rounding out your top 10, then we've got John de Wilder. He's a Pro-Am driver as well. So Thierry Vermeulen is a pro driver. Huub van Eindhoven is also a pro driver. The number 99 then of Dylan Deerdale is also a pro driver. Freymuth then in the number 31 is also a pro driver. So the top 4 are your pro drivers. And then we've got Larison. So he's the lead driver of the AMS as it stands. Then we've got Xavier Massen, who's currently a pro driver as well. We've got Van Ree in the number 72. He's a pro driver as well. But they've got Paris. So Paris, a pro driver in P8. Number 97 is Nicholas Salins. He's a lead Pro-Am driver as it stands. And then we've got De Wilder. So De Wilder being the second of our Pro-Am drivers. So again, the most impressive drive thus far is Jan Larison, who's currently in a P5 here, but he is the only AM driver in the top 10. A phenomenal performance thus far. Still plenty of time in this session though, as actually we're on board with him right now, in towards the final few corners. I'm wondering if he's just going to stay out now while everyone else is in the pits, or whether he's going to come in for a fresh set of rubber. And actually still trying to get Watford tyres, so I think he actually stopped earlier than everybody else and now on the outlaps. Yeah, into the final chicane we come. Larison then looking to find some extra time here. Needs to find around about, well, half a second, just shy of half a second, and to potentially get himself up onto maybe the front row or even pole position. Remember, we've got 2 races for you today. Well, this weekend, should I say. One this afternoon and then one early tomorrow morning. Again, if I wasn't clear about the timetable for the weekend. So we've got qualifying right now. The 2 best times these drivers do indeed produce will be their qualifying times for race 1 and race 2. So their quickest time will be where they qualify for race 1. And their second fastest time will be where they qualify for race 2. So consistency in qualifying is just as important as getting your flying lap times in. We've then got 2 races this weekend. So later on today at 15:15, so 3:15 p.m. Local time, CEST, will be race number 1 for the Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. And then tomorrow, it's a change-up. It's tomorrow morning, so 10:45 CEST, an hour earlier if you're in the UK as well. And if you're over in America, that will be around about 6 a.m. On the East Coast as well. I know we've got a lot of American fans watching across the pond. So hopefully that is helpful for you. So any time that I say in CEST for the East Coast, it is indeed 6 hours earlier, and then for the UK it's 1 hour earlier. Here we go then. Larison has just produced another lap time here, and he's gone green through the middle sector. Is it going to be an improvement on his time? It's well, it's P5. So no improvement found there. Sector 1 just letting him down ever so slightly. So if he can tidy up sector number 1, Larison is going to be looking very good moving forward. Very good indeed. Philip Toonkens then, we were just on board there in that yellow livery, the only yellow car on the grid. And there are some funky liveries, that's for sure, this season. Using the latest Carrera as well. Such a beautiful car. In the first couple of rounds, actually had Harry King, British Carrera Cup champion. I've been watching one of my friends, Dan Camish, racing in the British Championship as well, in the very same car. So it's nice to see the Benelux version once again this season. So it's an absolute pleasure to be casting it last year. I did it twice. And I believe that you're going to have me from now until the end of the season as well. Pretty sure I'm doing the rest of the season. So you've got Assen and Hockenheim left. So, yeah, lucky you guys. More lucky me, to be fair. So here's Thierry Vermeulen then. Nice little slow-mo here. So normally, with a slow-mo, you're either seeing something exceptional or you're seeing a mistake. Right now, we're just seeing really nice lines. Yeah, we are seeing very nice lines. I tell you what, I do like that livery. The gold and the black. So all it's missing to be like the Lotus livery from Formula One or Lotus livery from loads of different motorsports. It's just a little red trim, but it's really nice. It really is nice. Classy. Classy is what we're going to go for. So final chance saloon for these drivers then. Vermeulen is currently P1 with 11 minutes left on the clock. Actually, it's pretty much a fair amount of time left, isn't there? Still enough time to go out there and get 4 laps in, 4 fast ones in. Here's Van Eindhoven then. Last season, through all of the classes of car that I commentated on, Van Eindhoven was the most improved from the start to the end of the season. He was phenomenal. Just got faster and faster and faster as the season went on in all the different championships that he was running in. He's running in the same car, but he's running in different championships with this car. And yeah, it was an absolute pleasure to see him develop. And well, I'm sure we're going to see the same this season. Again, right at the front, on the front row as it stands. And we'll want to go one further here. We'll want to try and get that pole position for race number 1. As you can see, the sun really is coming out now. So there will still be a little bit of moisture where the trees indeed cast a shadow over the circuit. As you can see there. But again, it's not really on the racing line now. The racing line is pretty much 100% dry. Of course, every single driver has been given a warning about the curb on the outside of that little corner there through the right-hander. The warning being 3 cars facing in the wrong direction. So they'll all be like, yeah, let's probably not go on that curb. Maybe you'll get a few people that will get desperate and brave near the end of this session. But you can see here, Huub van Eindhoven is just away from the curb completely. So Vermeulen leads the way then. Oh, and there we go. So Larison has gone and put it up onto the front row. The AM driver up onto the front row. What a future this driver has. It's incredible. Incredible scenes. And not only that, it's a home driver. It's always a Belgian. Up into P2. And well, Paris has just gone and taken a 131.005. And well, it's now starting to change here, ladies and gentlemen cars. It is now starting to change. So Glenn Van Parijs is going to take provisional pole. I did say at the start of this session, it might be the last person that crosses the line that will take the fastest time. We've had about 9,000 changes of lead for qualifying here today. But again, you're looking at your left-hand side of your screen right now. You're seeing the times. That will denote as to who qualifies where for race number 1. Hopefully we get a graphic that tells us what their second lap times was as well, as Larison puts it back up onto the front row of the grid then. So Vermeulen now down into P3. We're on board with the number 20 here then. Konstantin Zakharevsky. Another AM driver here. Currently down in P17. As Freymuth now puts it up into P3. So Vermeulen's moved down to 4th. Eindhoven now down to 5th. They were 1 and 2 about 1.5 minutes ago. So it's all chopping and changing here. Dylan Deerdale only in P6 here. And we're seeing a big old lockup from the number 22. That's Andrei Mukovoz, one of our Pro-Am drivers. Gets it tucked in nice and tidy. Again, you don't need to use the tarmac there through that chicane. Just seen that with all the TTM drivers. So 7.5 minutes then to go here. And are we going to see any improvement here from our number 15? Who's now on board with Thierry Vermeulen. It is grey. So Paris then, who was the number 15, is still provisional pole. 2.5 tenths clear of everybody, 31.005. Vermeulen about to come across the line here. Not going to find any improvement, I wouldn't imagine. He's still P4. Larison then is up in the middle sector, but look at this then. Huub van Eindhoven is up on everybody right now in sector number 1 as we watch then Ziad Gerris in the number 3 car, currently P13. Starting another flying lap here, but Huub van Eindhoven, you can see there at the bottom of your screen, the number 10 is indeed on an absolute flyer here. Sector 2 is not great though. Sector 2 is not great at all, and I think you might be seeing him taking chances. No, he doesn't nowhere near that curb again. So a lot of drivers are taking chances by going out that far, but Huub van Eindhoven doesn't feel like he needs to. In towards the final sector then, and has he done enough? As Freymuth has taken provisional pole, 130.928. And now it's a German on the front row, on pole position. Huub van Eindhoven then is about to come across the line. Deerdale is now in the number 99, the quickest through sector number 1. And does van Eindhoven improve on his time? Doesn't look like he has, 31.597. So now it's Deerdale Durdale and number 99 absolutely flying here past Thierry Vermeulen as he comes in towards the final sector here. Sector 2 is good, Sector 2 is green, and this could be a phenomenal time then. And can Durdale potentially throw himself up there on the front row? Of course, another Belgian. There's a lot of Belgians in the field. Will we see a home driver on pole position here, ladies and gentlemen, cars? Around the final chicane we come, grabs a load of curb on the inside, and then runs the car up nice and wide there. It's a place where Hoob's not willing to put his car. Durdale then, will he take provisional pole? It's a 31.18, and it's only good enough for P4. So Sector 3 was not good. And that's cost him here. So Paris now P2, 700s behind Freymouth. We've got Larison currently in P3. Durdale is in P4. Vermeulen, Eindhoven, as we have got, well, one of those floppy cones. The cones that aren't really cones, they're just there. And that means that everybody can now take a bit more liberties with the circuit. Because that cone was a little bit further to the inside. But there we go. There's one hit. Where's the next hit? Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, well, you go through there sideways to take it out. And that's one way of cleaning it out. As we get the Porsche going once again, trying to style it out, but unfortunately hasn't quite got it going yet. Well, that was a replay, so we think we're good here. Yeah, we're all good. So that's Jerome Kreeft. Currently in P18. Oh, Durdale, here we go. So we figured that he could potentially take provisional pole on the last lap. Failed in the final sector to really hook it up, and that's where it cost him. He's purple, and now he's green once again for the second time in a row. He's got the number 20 to tow him across the line here. I think this is going to be provisional pole. Across the line he will go, and how quick is it going to be? Oh, it's only good enough for third. And look at this now, 0.08 of a second separating the front three. And now we've got Vermeulen back up then to P4, under 1/10 of a second separating the top four. And then the number 20 there just holding up. Well, that's, yeah, Zakharevsky just holding up the number 99 of Durdale. He's got 3 minutes, 50 seconds to get round the circuit and get another lap time in. Probably going to get 2 more in at the very least. Freymouth then, who's been provisional pole 3 times this session so far. He's gone green, and now he's gone grey, and the number 31. The beautiful, beautiful, bright livery there. Freymouth then is still going to be on provisional pole. Wow, it's a 143.008 in the end, so actually nothing to really write home about. But 30.928 is the time that indeed is the most important. And of course, they need to all get 2 quick laps in. As Huub van Eindhoven, the Dutchie, is put a 130.653 in. And here we go. Now things are starting to warm up. Now things are starting to get spicy here, as the track now is pretty much bone dry. It's only a couple of spots in the final couple of sectors here where, again, it's not really on the racing line, so they should be okay. And now you can see that everybody is indeed trying to take as much liberties with the circuit as possible. You can see there that Freymouth opening up the corners as best as he possibly can as we come then down in towards the second of our 73 chicanes here at Zolder. Again, very much a driver's circuit. And he's gone green through the first sector, and considering Van Eindhoven's the only one that could possibly have been purple there, again, going wide through the entry. And then just try to overcorrect their mid-corner. And ultimately, this is going to be a lap time that we're going to throw in the scrap. This is not going to be a quick one. Should still get 2 laps, though. Should still get 2 laps. If there's enough fuel in the car, you need enough fuel for 3 laps, effectively, because you need to get round once again to get back to the pits. So if there's enough fuel in the car, we are golden here. Freymouth will not be improving on their time. There we go, it's P2 still, 2.5 tenths behind Huub van Eindhoven, and Van Eindhoven having a sensational session as it stands. And well, now we're going to watch on board here as, wow. Yeah, that was all 4 wheels off the circuit. These cars aren't built to be in the air. Are we going to see it from a better angle here? Yes, we are. And just about all 4 wheels off. No, you cannot say that Sebastian Freymouth isn't committed. That's for sure. Probably got the nicest livery in the championship, and now he's got the most air. 2 prizes that he probably wasn't going for this weekend, but ultimately I'm just going to give them to him anyway. Andre Mukovoz, then the Pro-Am driver, just locking up there. Again, tough conditions here. There's no real rubbered in circuit anymore. It is very greasy out there. Easy to make a mistake like that. There's Eindhoven then with 1 minute 9 seconds to go. We'll cross the line this time. Doesn't look like he's going. Yeah, he's not going overly quick. Maybe looking to get one more in at the end of this session. Just chilling. Maybe the tyres just overheated ever so slightly, just getting them back into a decent range. But as you can see, there's a lot of cloud cover here, so the track temperature is going to cool off. I'm wondering whether that might even kill everybody's opportunity at improving right now. Yeah, look how much darker the circuit's got. And expect that this weekend. There is going to be changeable conditions throughout the weekend. We're expecting sun and rain. It could change at any point. We are in Belgium, of course, where it likes to rain. Like, if there's one country that's worse than my homeland, the UK, for changeable weather, it is indeed Belgium. Round the final chicane? Nope. He's coming into the pits. I think he realizes the track temperature might just drop here. And it will drop like a stone. It will drop so quickly. And he thinks he might have done enough here. Into the pits then. Huub van Eindhoven, my most improved driver across all the championships that I casted last year. He was very quick. He just got faster and faster and faster. And well, looks like he might be fast enough here to take provisional pole. The number 15 car, Glenn Van Parijs, he is currently third. He is done as we've got the checker flags then popping up on screen. Here's Thierry Vermeulen, another lockup again. Super easy to do, but ultimately you want to be doing it in qualifying or free practice and not in the race. So if you can find a limit of the car, this is the worst. If it doesn't rain again, this is the worst the track's going to be. For these drivers, it is only going to improve. So you can find the limits in these conditions, you're going to be fine finding the limits in better conditions. And well, nearly taken out the other. Oh, that is air. That's the biggest air we've had. That is the biggest air we've had. Congratulations there, Floris Dullard. But you, sir, have just got the most air in the championship so far today. So you've just taken the trophy. You've ripped the trophy away from Sebastian Fremuth. I'm sure Fremuth is going to be outraged by that. Fremuth then, as you can see, P2. The only driver still out on circuit then is indeed Xavier Massen. He's out on circuit right now. Ghislaine Cordial, very disappointing drive from him so far, unfortunately. Not getting to grips with the conditions currently in P13. But it looks like qualifying is officially going to be over. So here's the official results then. Huub van Eindhoven is going to get a 130.653 for Team PGZ by JW Race Service. Fremuth then for HRT is in second position. Then we've got Paris for NGT Racing. Phoenix Racing's Deerdale in fourth. Vermeulen for HRT Motorsport. Phoenix Racing Larison is going to be your top six there. But it is Huub van Eindhoven, the Dutchie, on Belgian soil, who is going to take the spoils here today. Congratulations to him. We're going to be back later on today for race action. Cannot wait for that. So make sure that you do indeed join us for race number 1 later on this afternoon. As we can see here, P3, Glenn Van Parijs in the number 15 takes the position. Fremuth, who was pole position around about 14 times during that session, it felt like. It kept changing so quickly. He will take P2 on the front row and be relatively happy with that. But it's the green machine, it's Huub van Eindhoven from the Netherlands, who is going to take P1 here in the Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux.